I play my electric guitar and incite my opinions on some random topics. And as a precaution, if you're easily offended by coarse language or intellectual smartass cheeky comments, I wouldn't recommend you watch it. If you're offended by a dark sense of humor, I wouldn't recommend you watch it.
For a moment, if you will, imagine if that was the first impression you had of Mr. KingCobraJFS, or Cobes, as he's otherwise known on the internet these days. He seems like such an innocent young man at the start, dude, and, here we are now. I'm sure most of you watching this probably already know who he is. So real quick, I just wanted to comment before we go any further. How funny is it that the terms TikTok and GoFundMe are up here, as well as Gothic, of course. Gothic bad boy, Wisconsin, or no, Wyoming. I'm sorry, my bad. But anyway, now let's see where Josh is a little bit further into the future.
And I feel like a real ass for doing it. And she wasn't the only girl I stalked and sexually harassed. I regret each and every one of them, That certainly didn't help my case, being as I do dress the way I do, and, she's probably a bit creeped out. So I don't blame her for feeling the way she did. Perfectly understandable, considering, I was this creepy goth kid with Asperger's stalking this amazingly hot chick, But I wish I could change it. I wish I could go back and wish I never would have fallen in love with her,
So, yeah, for a little bit of context, here's the chick he's referring to, the blonde on the right. I don't think she actually probably was aware of him, and I don't mean that as an insult. Like, in all seriousness, dude, this is what I looked like in high school. I fell in with the goth kids real hard, so, maybe that's why I can kind of sympathize with Cobes a little bit sometimes, but, no, dudes, don't be stalking chicks, bro. But, anyway, let's get on to Cobes' first girlfriend, finally. And a proper pair here, if you will. That's Stephanie, and that's Josh's first actual girlfriend that, he did the dirty deed with, if you will. And a more recent picture for a little more context to nowadays. She's currently trying to use him for YouTube fame, according to him, and, his cabinets are dirty and a whole bunch of other stuff, which relative clip.
Okay, she wants to talk about how gross my cabinet is or how gross my stove is. Let's talk about how gross your titty selfie was. There's a picture of Stephanie with her titties out, which I'll give compliments where compliments are due. Stephanie's got some nice titties. When she's taking a selfie next to a dirty-ass fucking poop-stained toilet, and you want to give me shit about how my stove looks?
Okay, so for real though, they don't make it in the end, unfortunately, right? So sad. So the lowdown really is between a lot lizard and him and a friend. They all banged for some cigarettes. I don't know if it's all of Wyoming that's like that. No offense, but that's really, really down bad, you would say, right? Yeah, so those two met at Job Corp, which is apparently some kind of training school or something to that effect. I don't know. We don't have them in the South. I've never really heard of them. But so after that and their breakup, he moves back to Casper after the Job Corp stuff and starts working at a Wendy's, which, let's get a couple of relevant clips of how that went for Mr. Cobes.
Yeah, I'm out of the house. I got my own place, so. And it took me 4.5 months to get there, but I got there. I cashed in all my savings bonds I had from when I was a little kid, and that was enough to get me my own apartment and everything I needed to get into it, so, yeah.
Cobes got his own place. Everything's going good so far, right? Well, due to a bunch of partying, drinking, with some sick drink combos, dudes, a lot of things started to go wrong for Josh at Wendy's, and I got another relative clip. Of course, being on time was also a huge issue for Cobes. That's the background footage of this. He's doing hair dye, and they call him from Wendy's to let him know you're supposed to be here at 11:30, not 5. It happened a lot with him, though, and, I give some slack there because when I was about that age, I was pretty bad with my jobs and time, too, so I kind of get it. But when you combine that with the drinking and other stuff, you definitely cannot keep a job going with that kind of behaviors,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I'm already at the apartment. Son of a bitch. Wow. Well, I feel like an idiot. Oh, crap. Alright. Damn it. Alright. Alright, that works. I'm so sorry I misunderstood the dates. Alright, bye-bye. Fuck. Well, I feel like an idiot. I misread the days, and it's Thursday, not Friday. I was supposed to come at 11:30 to 7, but they said I can come in at 4, so...
That's just the tip of the iceberg, too, for things that Josh was doing wrong at Wendy's, man. Here's another relative clip about the time he mixed up the sweet teas and could have gave somebody diabetic shock, which Wendy's definitely was not happy about at all.
And normally when we have sweet tea made, it's in the walk-in. A regular tea stays underneath the tea machine. Occasionally, when they run out of sweet tea, they use the tea machine to make the regular tea, so when they're done making the regular tea, they can pour the sugar and whatever else they need to make the sweet tea into it, so it makes sweet tea. Okay? I went to go fill the teas up in the lobby today at my job. Okay? I went into the lobby checking the teas. They weren't like completely unfull. They were still pretty full, but they could have used topped off, right? So I go to top off my teas. And I walk into the walk-in for the sweet tea, and I use the tea underneath the tea machine for the regular tea. Lo and behold, nobody told me there was sweet tea underneath the tea machine, and then the regular tea was in the walk-in. And so because of that, I ended up putting sweet tea in the regular tea urn and unsweetened tea into the sweet tea urn. And you may think to yourself, that doesn't seem like a big deal. In actuality, it is, because if a diabetic customer comes in and they go to get some tea to drink, and if they were to accidentally sip on some sweetened tea, it could send them into a diabetic shock, and that's making Wendy's liable for a lawsuit. And believe me, I don't want to send customers into a diabetic shock. I sure as hell don't want to lose my job, and I sure as hell, okay, don't like mixing up the teas, okay? So right after I just got off the clock, right in front of customers too, both my managers sat there chewing my ass about it. And I didn't do it intentionally, okay? Had I known...
Okay, definitely adding here that it seems very weird to me that they would do it in front of customers, because that's normally something they take you in the back room before. Trust me, as a guy who used to be very awkward and socially not understand a lot of things, especially, you know, I think it was Asperger's. I'm not sure. I'm somewhere on the spectrum, though. But they take you in the back room for that normally, because it's not something they want the customers to see. But regardless, between all of this stuff and trolls probably most likely calling and reporting Josh to Wendy's corporate for all kinds of stuff, saying he stunk and he was flirting with customers, which honestly I don't put the second one past him. And the first with his talk of tactical soap all the time kind of makes you suspect that he may actually stink, you know, kind of like how a guy who always talks about his wiener being big usually has a small one, you know what I'm saying? That kind of logic.
He'd eventually get a job at the Office Bar and Grill thanks to his friend Warlord Alex, but he quit in 2018. Not much is known about this either.
And unfortunately, before we can move on to the next of Cobes' jobs, we have to talk about Couch Chris because he's pretty important to the Cobraverse.
There's certain videos. Check out his channel. Warlord771. He's got a couple cool videos. Shut up!
See, I told you.
Off the top of my head, I'm not entirely certain how long Couch Chris was actually there. What I do know is that between the interjecting into Cobes' videos, which you could tell Josh really didn't like him doing, but he would keep fucking doing it, and Josh's fans didn't like it either. And the dude never had a job while he was staying with Josh. Like, there's so many things wrong where it was just like, Cobes, that's not a smart decision, bro. I know you're trying to help the guy, but, like, some people need to help themselves first, and Couch Chris is definitely one of those people. I debated including Couch Chris's job at Walmart, but he had it for all of a few days after cutting his hand with a box cutter. And yeah, that's more than likely you just saying, I can't afford to be drug tested by you because I'm going to fail it, and he was going to get fired anyway. So yeah, that's why I didn't bother including it. Remember the lot lizard story from earlier? Yeah, that was Couch Chris's van as well. Yeah, that's when that happened in the timeline of things. It was such a wild story, I had to include it earlier. Not the only reason that the van is important to the Cobraverse, though. It also involves Josh getting some tickets, which, another clip coming now.
Well, basically what happened was, we were in laundry, Chris doesn't have a shirt to wear, and he's like, he needs me to go pick up some butter and pay the rent. I'm like, alright, I'll do that. And you know what he does? The dumbass gives me the keys to his van. And I, the bigger dumbass, accept the challenge. Guess what? I don't have a driver's license. Guess what? I almost hit a cop car. Guess what? I got a fucking ticket. Joyous.
Now, you may think this is the last of Cobes' self-inflicted monetary woes, but in actuality, there's still a lot more to come. Next on our agenda to talk about will be the Mr. Money pawn shop guitar that he spent $400 on, even though he had just got that ticket and all of that. And that segues us nicely into discussing the next Clintervention, which is, you know, if you didn't know, Clint is Josh's dad. Clintervention, after the $400 for a BC Rich Warlock, which is too much. I heard varying reports saying Gibson SG. Now, a Gibson SG for that price would be a steal. But long story short, Daddy Clint kicks Couch Chris off the couch. That took me about 5 or 6 takes to get right, by the way. Now, before we get on to the last bit of the old past Cobes stuff, I just want to show you guys how dedicated this man is to tactical soap. I swear he damn near sold me on it. Not a sponsor, Tubes.
Now, being a man, it's not about shredding guitar. Being a man, it's not even about smoking a cigar, let me tell you. Huh? What about the beer you drink? It ain't even about that, YouTube. No, being a man, time for you to man up. You want to smell like a rock star? You want to smell like a badass? Get yourself some tactical soap and start smelling like an alpha male. Or a sexy goth stud. Or have an amazing body. Or be super attractive. Or any of that. It don't matter your size. It don't matter what you look like. Dude, it don't matter. Alright, any man can wear this soap.
Aren't you just dying to buy some tactical soap now? He's a good salesman, I'll give him that, dude. He does really hype it up. But yeah, aside from all that nonsense, and then you have, you know, Couch Chris and everything else, and the wands that we're about to get a relative clip of right here. But with the wands, he was spray painting them inside the house. I have no idea why he thought that doing that was a good idea. The only thing I can muster is that maybe the sun would mess up his bad boy goth pale skin. I don't know.
Of a customer dispute. This was on an order placed on July 27th. It was a pair of wands. And I don't know how it happened, man, because, you know what I'm saying? They could have gotten lost in the mail. You know, it happens. So I sent them a message that says, I'm sorry you didn't receive your order. There must have been a mistake in the address. Please send me your address and I will resend your order with a tracking number.
So much credit where credit is due, at least. It does seem like Josh cares enough to, you know, do customer support when stuff goes wrong for the wands, you know. So I do have some respect for that. Because a lot of places, dude, they just don't give a crap at all. So, you know, that's cool. But aside from that, yeah, I guess now we can go to the future, Josh.
Sex with it, and then my dick tore a huge gash in the vagina, and I was embarrassed and frustrated that I couldn't fix it, and that, well, nice going, dumbass. You broke your fuck toy. Fucking it, of all things. Just know that I am here for you guys, my fans and my friends. What I did was eerie, yeah, but let's face it, people, let's face it. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, I know.
Yeah, this is shortly before we get into his most recent girlfriend, but I just could not include the clips of him talking about the love doll that his fans and trolls bought him. The fact that he actually opened it and then, you know, did the doll, but not only did it, but also talked about it online to these people is just like the wildest shit to me, bro. Because it's like, I could never imagine doing that. But yeah, so he broke that one. There's a part 2 to the love doll stuff, though. One more relevant clip, and then we're getting to Jessica. I promise you guys.
New bitch, can we tag team that shit? I'm sorry, Sean, but I need a real man to please me, and you're not real enough for me.
The lowdown really with this doll is a fan more or less bought it for Josh again. Yeah, I know. But this one was around $2,500. That is a very, very, very expensive way to troll somebody. And the troll was they got him a fun size model, which, yeah, it does look pretty creepy. That's his other dummy, Sean. I failed to mention him. My bad on that. Yeah, because Josh is a ventriloquist, this too, of course. But yeah, he broke this one as well. This one got broke while he was cleaning it with the wrong liquids. But now for the moment that everybody has been waiting for. This lady right here, my lovely viewers, is Jessica Boyle, otherwise known as Naked and Laughing. Although, honestly, it should be known as Naked and Always in the Bathtub because that's always where she is. Josh's fans have lovingly became calling her Methica, which, you know, I can kind of see it, yeah. She's pretty damn crazy, though, which you're about to see.
Fuck R. Kelly. He pissed on a little girl. It's so fucking disgusting, dude.
Well, that's true, though. That's not why. R. Kelly is gross.
Yeah, the trolls are gonna try as hard as they can to fuck this up because they're so jealous they can't get laid. And it's like, dude, I don't spend all day harassing my YouTube trolls. I just do my own thing. And look what it gets me. I'm YouTube famous and I got a chick on my lap. What the fuck are you doing with your life?
Yeah, I know that didn't sell the crazy bit yet. That wasn't really the point. This one is more or less just to show Josh's shit-eating grin because he finally had sex with somebody after I don't even know how many years his dry spell was. But, you know, good for him. I'm happy about that. That's cool, dude. Good for you. I think he's going to end up regretting it, though. Let's see. She took over his chat, muted and disabled the stuff on it, pissed the fans off, constantly interjecting, and you can tell he's irritated by it by the second day. I don't think he is familiar with post-nut clarity, but that's definitely what was up right here, tubes. But yeah, now let's get to the clips of her doing stuff like yelling at Josh and breaking his toilet tank and flooding his apartment, and now I think he got evicted over that, if I'm not mistaken. Long story short, this girl is causing him a lot of problems, dude.
I didn't fucking see this blonde-haired fucking Z-tip fucking whore cleaning his fucking kitchen. I didn't see this whore cleaning his kitchen and sucking his dick and washing his walls, but he'll jack off to her. I didn't see her cleaning his fucking kitchen. I didn't see this fucking whore cleaning his kitchen, did I? No,
Yeah, if that clip didn't make it clear enough, she's kind of insane. I don't know, it's definitely an obsession thing. You can tell between, like, yelling at him for jerking off and always talking about these other fans and chicks or whatever. She's very, very insecure and seems to want to keep him on a leash of some sort. But yeah, I don't think it was Stephanie using you for the fame, bro. I think it's this one. But yeah, here comes an even crazier clip.
Jessica.
Will you stop?
You're the one that chose not to communicate.
It's not.
And I asked you guys to please stop yelling at me. That's all I did.
I'm not yelling at you!
Right now you're yelling.
You want me to fix this plumbing? I wish I could if I was a millionaire. This isn't my apartment! Oh, the one that makes zero money should do everything for Josh and fix everything in his life. No, Josh is a capable grown human being. Thank you.
But yeah, as we know currently, I believe she's back wherever it is she's from. I'm not entirely certain. She's made a couple of return trips, and that's where other stuff like, you know, the flooding of the apartment and stuff happened. Josh, if you listen to this at all for some reason, bro, you know, you may be a lolcow, but I find you endlessly entertaining. I see a lot of my younger self in a lot of your awkward stuff and with the chicks and a bunch of things, you know. I love Ozzy, man. I love metal, all that stuff. You know, I think you and me could get on, perhaps. But, bro, that girl is not good for you, man. I know it's the first one in a long time, but I'm sure you can do better, you know. Just please consider putting Jessica down, bro. She is not healthy for you whatsoever, dude. If you happen to watch this far into the video, thanks so much for watching this video of mine, you guys. This is my number 2 Lolcow video. I've been trying some more stuff with transitions and with, you know, effects and different sounds. I'm getting a lot better at this stuff. If there's another Lolcow you want to see me cover, leave it in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this video. I was trying to be relatively unbiased and level with Josh, because like I said, dude, I see a lot of myself in him, and I don't want to be mean to him, you know. He's probably my favorite cow, honestly, man. Either him or Jupiter, but probably Josh, because, you know, at least Josh doesn't talk to minors, you know. That's definitely a huge plus on his side. But yeah, thanks for watching Colonel Ramrod, guys. I'll see y'all next time, bitchachos.